Hey everyone, thought I would just do a quick video as like my Balisong and like knife collection. Don't remember the exact dates and times that I got all these like some people do. I don't know how people can remember that for a bunch of them, but oops, that was a fail. But yeah, to start with, I got, of course, I have this replicant. I got it from the September drop of 2017. This is my favorite knife, favorite Balisong knife flipped, yada yada yada. You already know all that. So yeah, this one's been really good to me. I've been liking it. Really haven't had any issues with it, other than a small amount of blade rub, but hey, it happens. Still, when you're paying that much, you shouldn't really be getting blade rub, but whatever. I also have this. I already know, EU, clone, throw it out, whatever, who cares. I really bought this because I wanted another flipper that flipped good, something that was semi-good materials, and I wasn't looking to spend anything more than like $100 because I had already bought the replicant, and that was a lot of money. And anyways, it's kind of hard to buy a real AV when every drop they do, you're sitting in class and you're not allowed to have your phone out and you're forced to go to school, and also it's very hard to get the funds for those. So that's another reason why I got this. And yes, I was trying to get the new Bowie style Alpha Beast, but I was literally sitting right in class taking a test, so yeah, couldn't get one of them. So whatever, but yeah, so there's that one. You guys probably also know I have another Alpha Beast clone. This was like I think this was my second Balisong with a live blade. Third like Balisong ever. My first one was like a comb. I'm not even gonna put that one in this video because it's like broken. But here's this one. It's horrible. I don't like it. It doesn't flip well. It's way too heavy. It has a very bad balance to it. The hardware on it really sucks. As you can see, yeah, I have two different things of hardware. I have broken now 4 of these screws just because they don't hold up. I did an ice pick, like that. One of them broke. I dropped it, another one broke. This other kid in my neighborhood was flipping it because this one isn't sharp, and we were trying to show him how to do some stuff. We've been teaching him how to do some of it, so we just had him using this one, and it fell on the one kid's driveway. I think Connor's been in one of my videos, I'm not sure. But yeah, it basically fell, and then another one broke, so I ran out of these screws, and it's very loose, the handles are touching. But yeah, the hardware that I'm using now is hardware like the one that this one came off of, like the comb one. But yeah, this one was, I think I paid, it was somewhere in the $20 range. And also I used to have a stainless steel 42 clone, and actually for the price and everything, its flippability wasn't the greatest, but that thing held up. You could like throw that thing on the sidewalk a bunch of times and pick it up and continue flipping it. I was really surprised by that because I only paid $20 for it, like $20 even shipped. So yeah, I was actually pretty surprised by that one. It didn't flip the greatest, but I mean, it was pretty durable for how much it costed. But I also have this flip pins. The flip pins doesn't flip the greatest. I think like I watched a bunch of people's reviews and stuff, and they like hyped this thing up so much, like it's so amazing and blah blah blah. It doesn't flip bad. It's just like not what I was expecting. Like the balance of it surprisingly wasn't bad, but it just flips strange just because it's so light. Like, because I'm used to like the replicant and then like the Alpha Beast clone and then the stainless steel Alpha Beast clone, which is like super heavy. And this thing was a little strange. to get used to, just because it's so light. And also, it feels really weird once I go from flipping this to any of these, because they feel so heavy afterwards. But yeah, I were to put these in order from like my favorite to least favorite, it would go like that. This thing's horrible. It's absolutely awful. So that's really it for my Balisong collection, and I have a bunch of other knives that I can show you. Like I have this one. I got this one at the mall. Has a nice grip to it. I like it. And I have this one. This one has like a seatbelt cutter and like a window breaker. And surprisingly, being that I paid $15 for it, the edge has held up like pretty good. That's pretty surprising. It actually holds an edge better than the Alpha Beast clone, which I thought was pretty cool. So there's that one. I also have this one. And it's funny because in a way, this is kind of what got me into like butterfly knives, I guess you could say, or Balisongs. I don't know why I said butterfly knife. I hate when other people use that term. But Balisongs. Because I got this at the mall, and I could just sit there doing this stuff for like a long time, and then I was on YouTube just looking at like knife tricks and stuff. And then Balisongs came up, and then I was introduced to the Benchmade knives. I looked at like the 4X series, and I was like, wow, those things are cool. And then I saw how much they were, and I was like, okay. And then I saw a video that they make like replicas and stuff, and I was like, oh. And I ended up going to the mall. They had like this comb one that the guy talking about, oh, this is a Benchmade, blah, 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 when it's just a really, really shitty zinc comb that literally didn't even last me 3 days. Then I went to another store in the mall and bought a shitty Bear Ops, because once again, I'm a noob, and then they talk up, oh yeah, Bear Ops, this thing is freaking great, yeah, it'll last forever. Yeah, it didn't last for crap. The handle literally broke right off of it. Freaking terrible. And I broke that one from an ice pick too. I've broken a lot of these from ice picks, these cheap ass Ballies. So yeah, and I also have this one, and that right there is like a bottle opener. So I've never really used this one to cut anything, so I don't know how well the edge will hold up on it. I think it's like surgical steel or something. I think, yeah. I don't know how good the blade steel is, but I know it came very, very sharp. But yeah, I like the shape of it. I think it looks cool. That's mainly the reason why I bought it. And a lot of like the folders I have, they're all under like 30 bucks. I think most of them are like around $15. So I don't know. Those are just the kind of thing where I'm walking through like a mall or something. I see one that looks cool and I want it. I have, this was actually the first like, it's not like the first spring assisted knife that I have, but it's the first one that like you like do that to open it. And I really like that one. And this, one of the other ones that I had that I really regret that I lost, it was the most expensive folder I had ever bought, and it had a carbon fiber handle. I don't exactly remember the brand of it. I knew it, but I forgot it. It might have been, I think it might have been a Microtech, but, or something like that. I'm unsure, but I know I paid like, it was somewhere in the $60 range, and that was like the most I had ever spent on a knife. And it was so nice. The edge was perfect. It had like an oil slick blade, and it had carbon fiber handles, and it was so nice. And then I left it on the side of our boat, and then when we took the boat out of the garage and started going down the street, we got onto like the highway and everything, and we went out to this lake, and then once we got to the water, it hit me, and then I was like, I forgot my knife on the boat, didn't I? And I was looking through the house for it, and then my parents kept telling me, oh, you'll find it eventually. I highly doubt you'll left it on the side of the boat. Yeah, it's been like 2 years. Still haven't found it. So that really sucks. But this was the first, like, just in my eyes, like, cool knife that I ever got. Like, this one was like the first spring-assisted thing, or I don't know if this one's considered spring-assisted. Just first, like, switchblade or whatever it is. And this one was actually made, like, right where I live. Oh, focus. It's made right in Florida, which I thought was pretty cool. It's really sharp. It also has, like, this thing for, I think it's used for cutting, like, parachutes or something. It's like a paratrooper's knife, I'm pretty sure. That's very sharp. If you ever get one of these, don't put your finger in there. It will hurt a lot. Ask me how I know. But, yeah, there's that one. And then back to these cool-looking ones. This knife right here is the whole reason why I, in essence, got into flipping. Why I have that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. This one used to be, this was my sister's knife, and she had it because, like, her boyfriend at the time was in the, he was in the service, and he had, like, a bunch of these, and she got one of them, and I thought it was just fun to sit there spinning it on my finger, doing stuff like that, and I was like, whoa, this looks cool, and then I wanted one of these, so then I went and bought that one, and then I started looking at all these cool knife videos and knife tricks, and then I discovered Balisongs, and then all that happened. So, yeah, that's really why I got into flipping, was just, I guess that's basically it. It was really just because of these ones first, spinning them around, throwing them in the air, and catching them. Then me and my friends were, when my brown man has one of these, we would sit there and go like this. Oops. We would sit there and go like that and catch them, and like spin them around and then throw them this way. And we were doing that, and then we started buying Balisongs. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I have this. I got this from Bass Pro. And no, I can't do the cool thing that everyone does where you go like that and flick it open. Everyone else can do it with this one, but I can't. I never got the hang of that. But yeah, I've liked this one. I haven't really used it much. I had a bunch of Bass Pro gift cards, didn't know what to spend them on, so I just went around buying stuff like this. I just saw this, that it was like $20-something or $30, and I could get this thing and the knife, so yeah, I guess that's cool. I have a bunch of these, I have a bunch of these little Swiss Army knives. I usually carry one of these with me, but more recently I've just been carrying my replicant everywhere. I actually don't have the first pocket knife I ever got, sadly. I don't really know what happened to it. This one was the second one that I ever got, and the first one that I had was just like this, but it was a clear blue. And I found it on the side of the road, and I was 8 years old, and I felt so cool that I found a little itty-bitty pocket knife, and then I showed my dad, and then I was like, can I keep it? And he was like, I don't know about that. These things can be dangerous. And then he just goes, who cares? You can have it. And then a couple months later, he was going through his Camaro, and he found this one, and gave this one to me, and then I've just been, like, collecting these for a while. A lot of the knives that I had when I was around when I was really young, I lost a bunch of them and I broke a lot of them. Because I used to think it was fun to sit there and throw them at trees, but I realized that I broke a lot of blades by doing that. So, and I also have a bunch of throwing stars, but I probably won't show them in this video. But I also have this thing. When my grandpa went to Alaska, he saw this at like a souvenir shop, so he bought that for me, gave this to me. It's really shiny. I'll show you the blade, and a lot of people probably are very irritated that I have fingerprints all over it and I don't wipe it off, but you know what, whatever. I can see myself on the blade of it. It's really shiny. Have this, one of these. Hey, actually, I guess you could say this is the first. I don't remember when I got this, actually. I think I was in 6th grade. I think I was like 11 or something like that. So I guess you could say that actually this was my first butterfly knife, if that's what you want to call it. Because I wouldn't really want to call this a Balisong, because it's definitely not, but I guess you could call it a butterfly knife because the way it opens or something. So hey, maybe, yeah. Yeah. Never thought of that way. I also have this one. I got these two I got both of these at the exact same time. And then I had one that was similar to this a while ago. I also got this at the Bass Pro. I had one that was just like this. It's just, it had teeth on it. And me and my friend were throwing it in my backyard at a box. And it went through the box and went flying, and it like tumbled on the grass a few times, and we saw exactly where it landed, but we couldn't find it. Like, that was the weird thing. Like, it must have like went blade first and just went like straight through the grass or something, like really deep or something. I don't know, but I was never able to find it, which was really weird, because that's never happened to me before. Because I don't know, it's just strange. But I think these are like $12 or something. I like it for that price. I like the finish that it came with. It looks really cool. But, so yeah, there's this one. And then I have a bunch of these. Most of the tips on all of these are like basically gone. That one still has one left. I got all these at the same time. These were just given to me. Oh, here's another one. And then I have this rusty old thing that you can barely open because it's so rusty. When my dad bought our boat, he found it inside of it somewhere, so I guess you could say we bought a knife and it came with a boat. I have this little one, and there's this one. It's inside like an oily bag. This one was my great-grandpa's. We got this one. This one was given to me. And it's just in this oily bag to keep it from like rusting and whatever, like that. Then here are these two. I just got these very recently. These were my other grandpa's. I'll show you them. They're both the same. If I can open it with my left hand. Probably gonna cut myself. I'll just have to. So that's what they look like. Very unique looking design. Like, the blade just kind of looks like a regular Swiss Army knife, but I've never really seen any other handles look like that. Yeah, so that's pretty cool looking. And then here's the last one that was his. All of those were given to me at his funeral a couple months ago. And here's this one. I can remember which way to get it out. There we go. So yeah, there's this one. This one looks really, really cool. The blade's really oily right now. But yeah, there's this one. So yeah, that's basically all of like my this is just most of my knife collection. I can show in another video like my katana collection and throwing stars and stuff, because I have a bunch of those. But if I were to go through all of those, this video would be like 3 hours long. So, and most of you probably didn't make it this far in the video. If you did, comment saying you watched till the end of the video. If you do that, I'll subscribe to you. I'll give you a shout out in my next video if I can remember to do that. And also, later today, I will most likely be doing a stream or something like that. So, yeah, be ready for that. Yeah, I guess I'll end this video out here.